While the cars are lining up to go onto the circuit for their 10-lap championship race, let's take a moment and see how they'll line up. On the front row, it is Gary Bonwick and Darren Aspinall. Row 2 is Paul McCann and Michael McLeod. Row 3 is Bob Fullerton and Rod Boyle. Row 4 is Tony Shanks and Gary Yates. Then it's Lee Ralph and Shane Hunt. Next is John Fullerton with Dale Yude. Then it's Brad Schomburg and Rowan Stanfield. Paul Bruce is next with Ian Mundell. Then it's Peter Marks and Matthew Wall. Next is Nick Girdlestone with Wayne Tiriana. Then it's Natasha Wall and Cameron Stanfield. Troy Stark, Dan Currans, and rounding out the field is Bart Stanfield, who had some problems in qualifying. On the red zone, we've got every angle covered here today at Queensland Raceway. This is the view out of the back of the car of Gary Bonwick. We'll also ride with the car of Rod Boyle. And this is the view from Natasha Wall. All is in readiness now for the final of the HQ Holdens here this weekend. 2 races to decide the championship. Green flag at the back. We're under starters' orders. We'll be away in just a few seconds, waiting for the red light to go on. When that goes out, we'll be racing. And they're away. Who gets the start here? Gary Bonwick and Darren Aspinall on the front row. It looks like it's Bonwick. He's plucked another gear and sweeps across to the left-hand side of the racetrack there to take the race line and the lead into the first corner. Big bunch up there for second. Looks like Aspinall and McLeod going side by side through turn number 1. And McLeod a little bit out in the dirt too. But look at Bonwick. He is streaking away with it here in just the opening couple of corners. A great start there by Gary Bonwick. Then it's Aspinall, McLeod, McCann. Then it'll be Bob Fullerton up there, the first of the FX Theme Team cars. It all bunching up here at turn number 3. Oh, Boyle running a little bit wide out into the dirt there. He went very deep under brakes there. So I think he might have lost a spot there to Bob Fullerton. Everyone getting their way through the infield section. Turns 4 and 5 here at Queensland Raceway nice and neatly. But out in front it is Bonwick showing the way from Darren Aspinall. Michael McLeod there pops out of the draft. Has a look up the inside. But he's not able to make that move stick. Back there in fourth it is McCann, Bob Fullerton and the rest of them as they come on down the pit straight here for the first of 10 laps. Championship will be decided here this weekend. A good result in this one will seal the deal for Gary Bonwick. Michael McLeod, the championship challenger back there in third, really does need something to go wrong with Bonwick. But at this stage, it looks like Bonwick is the man to take home the title in 2005. A lot of racing left, but cars getting very skatey down there at turn 1. Both of the FX Theme Team cars going a little bit wide down there as the field sorts themselves out. There's Rowan Stanfield in the Enduro Pills entry going through turn number 2. We have a look at the replay of the start here from Natasha Wall. A good start there up the inside of Nick Girdlestone. This is the view of Michael McLeod running off there from Rod Boyle. And here is Boyle's move down at turn 3. He went way deep under brakes. No wonder he ran wide. Look at him working the steering wheel there, trying to get the car around there. Now we're with Natasha Wall sideways. Oh, tank slapper and a half here. Natasha Wall way off track. Oh, a lot of drama there. Still going wide. Natasha Wall, all sorts of drama there through turns 4 and 5. Look now, there's Gary Yates coming under pressure from Stanfield. Dale Yude was next one through there. That's Peter Marks there in the number 13. Car coming onto the front straight. Big field of 25 cars here this weekend at Queensland Raceway. The HQ Holdens really are growing once again. Well, there's a run. John Fullerton around the outside of Rod Boyle and in the dirt down at turn number 1. That's a hard move to pull off. Whoa! Rowan Stanfield. Hold on to it, boy. He was way out of shape there through turn number 1. He's up the inside now of Gary Yates. I think Dale Yude might have wanted a piece of that action as well. Riding on board here with Gary Bonwick through the infield section here. The view back to Darren Aspinall, who looks like he's got a car length or so over Mike McLeod, Paul McCann and the rest of them as they go through turn number 3 crossover. Look at those HQ Holdens. Great field here as they come on down towards turn number 6. 2.1 Ks is the trip around Queensland Raceway and 10 laps is our journey. There's Rod Boyle on screen holding off John Fullerton still. Nice neat race lines out of there. It really is important to keep up the momentum around Queensland Raceway. One botched corner will mean that you will be overtaken. Let's see who has the run down the straight here. It looks like Boyle just being a little bit defensive there, holding the inside line there on John Fullerton as they come through turn number 1. What will Fullerton do on the outside? Side by side through turns 1 and 2, Boyle and Fullerton. Who's going to give way here? Boyle on the inside. He's got the preferred racing line. We're on board now with Boyle. Let's see who's going to get the run here down into turn number 3. Oh, Fullerton, he's got some great car speed there. Pokes his nose up the outside, but he's not able to make it through there. Boyle still holding on to it. Let's see who's going to get the running here. It looks like Boyle cuts across and will retain that position through turns number 4 and 5. Yes, he does. So Fullerton has to fall back there in behind. Bonwick still showing the way there from Aspinall, McLeod, McCann. Bob Fullerton, Tony Shanks up there. Fairly quiet achiever there. Boyle holding off John Fullerton. Lee Ralph is getting involved in this little battle too. So it's closing up there behind Rod Boyle. Through goes Dale Yude. Then we go back to Gary Yates, Rowan Stanfield. Big gaggle of cars here. Matthew Wall there on screen in the T&D towing entry. As we ride with Rod Boyle going down the front straight. Fullerton now has the inside run, and he should pick up that spot. A good move there down the inside of Rod Boyle at turn number 1. And a little bit wide on the exit too. But these Kumo tyres, they've got plenty of grip. He's able to haul it back onto the racetrack. Great class of racing, the HQ Holdens, a great entry-level category. Cost controlled, a lot of control components, really does make it an ideal category to get started in motorsport. Look at these battles going up here into turn number 3. Cars diving left and right. Nick Girdlestone on screen there holding out Peter Marks. Bit of a lock up there. And Dan Currans has a look up the inside. Let's see if Currans is able to hold onto a bit sideways through the crossover there. And Peter Marks holds onto the position there on the outside. Great bit of driving there. Back to the front of the field. But we've got to take a short break here in the red zone. We'll be back in just a few moments.